Hello and welcome to M&ETV News. I am Samantha J. Best. In the headlines, UNC accuses the health minister of misusing state funds for campaigns. Senior counsel Israel Khan demands Chief Justice Ivor Archie's resignation over misconduct claims. Africa's premier financial institution launches first trade center in Barbados, and Trinidadian singer Mauricia Kagan passes away. We begin with great news out of sport. Dwight Yorke achieved a significant milestone as head coach of the Soca Warriors. Trinidad and Tobago secured qualification for the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup after a 4-0 victory against a 10-man Cuba on the 25th of March at the Atto Bolden Stadium. Isaiah Lee scored twice in the first half. Skipper Kevin Molino and substitute Nathaniel James added further goals in the second half. The team dominated the game in front of enthusiastic home fans. Cuba was reduced to 10 men when midfielder Romario Torres was sent off for a two-footed tackle on Andre Rampersad. Trinidad and Tobago aggressively pressed their advantage with several near misses before Lee opened the scoring in the 21st minute, finishing a low cross from Tyree Spicer. Lee capitalized on a defensive error to double the score in the 37th minute. In the second half, York substituted veteran Alvin Jones for Real Gill, whose presence energized the attack. Molino scored the third goal shortly after. James then capped the victory with a fourth in the 84th minute. Following the match, York expressed his satisfaction.
Overall, I'm happy with how we played. But there's so many things that I'm not particularly happy with. And the way how the transition of the football and giving away the pass with some sloppy passes at times really, caused our own problems rather than really taking control, especially when they went down to the 10 men. But overall, I can't be too critical.
Now, despite heavy traffic causing delays for fans, over 6,241 supporters cheered the Soca Warriors to victory. The Gold Cup is set to take place in the U.S. and Canada from June 14 to the 6th of July. Opposition leader KAMLA PERSAD-BISSESSAR criticizes Prime Minister Stuart Young's proposed Ministry of Implementation and Efficiency. She argues it will not resolve ongoing issues or revitalize the energy sector. She highlighted the People National Movement's failures at a UNC election launch on the 25th of March at Naparima College, underscoring that the PNM has been in leadership for over a decade. She urged voters to choose UNC in the April 28 election. Mrs. PERSAD-BISSESSAR questioned Prime Minister Young's progress claims. She outlined key points from the UNC manifesto, including reintroducing a laptop program, opening a UE campus in Debe, offering free school books, legal firearm access, removing property tax and VAT on basic food, maintaining a cash-based society, and easing financial burdens on families. She promised guaranteed pensions for seniors, laws against noise pollution, police presence in schools, community patrols, and health centers, and amenities investments. The opposition leader proposed a specialized medical malpractice court and a no-fault compensation fund in healthcare. Additionally, she plans to reopen the Pointe-a-Pierre refinery to stabilize fuel supplies, and she will compensate the families of deceased divers from a tragic incident involving Pario Trading Company Limited. Here's what else Mrs. PERSAD-BISSESSAR had to say.
When UNC wins, the local energy sector will be revitalized, and we will do that because the small and medium businesses in the energy sector will establish a new body to represent local energy service companies and contractors. And they can then go to that body that we'll establish. They can make representations directly to the Minister of Energy or to the Prime Minister, which will be me, by the way. You can make your complaints and your calls to me.
The United National Congress has submitted a Freedom of Information request to probe a health initiative it claims the St. Joseph MP Terence Dialsing repurposed for electioneering. The party claims that Health Ministry branded water bottles featuring Mr. Dayal Singh's campaign attire were distributed to residents in his constituency at taxpayer expense. The bottles, part of the TT Moves initiative, were intended for MPs, but the opposition declined their allocation. The UNC accuses Mr. Dayal Singh of misusing state resources for campaigning. The party calls it an abuse amid critical shortages of medicines in hospital and unpaid suppliers. In a letter to the Integrity Commission, they emphasized the situation's urgency and requested an immediate investigation into potential violations of election laws and state resource mismanagement. However, Mr. Dayal Singh said in a statement that as Minister of Health, he's been encouraging the population to lead a healthy lifestyle. He said he wrote to all 41 MPs of the lower house in November of last year to collect 100 TT Moves water bottles to distribute to their constituents. The letter and a sample bottle were delivered to a parliament sitting. The minister said 11 constituencies, including Shogunas East and West, Maruga Tableland, Couva South, Arapooch East, Laventil West, Mayaro, and Point Fortin, have collected their bottles to date. Deputy Commissioner of Police Kurt Simon reveals that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is not investigating the Housing Minister, Adrian Leonce. This is despite media allegations concerning his business ties to an individual with alleged criminal connections in the UK. Deputy Commissioner Simon confirmed during a press briefing on the 25th of March that he had consulted with various police departments and found no active investigation. He stressed that an investigation would require evidence of a crime.
The TTPS is a body that quite understands the basics of our investigations, and we will do whatever steps we need to take. If we decide to investigate something, if we decide that there is something to investigate, we will take the necessary steps. But for right now, we do not have any investigation going on as it relates to what is in the public there.
Prime Minister Stuart Young expressed satisfaction with Mr. Leonce's explanation, stating he reviewed Adrian Leonce's statement and spoke to him directly. Prime Minister Young acknowledged that Mr. Leonce registered a UK company in September 2023 with the individual in question, but ended the partnership upon learning of the man's criminal inquiry in July of last year. Mr. Leonce denied any wrongdoing. He clarified that he only had a business relationship with the individual and did not know about his alleged criminal activities. Still to come, a murder in Tobago and a long weekend in Trinidad and Tobago is confirmed by the president. We'll be right back.